Hey, guys, welcome back and happy Wednesday. Guys, we just did our recap with Jason from Down with Jason of Vanderpump Rules, and that was interesting. And thank you all for tuning in. That was a great recap. But we're back to talk about Lala Kent and Randall Emmett and what they're doing as they move forward amid this, breakup of an engagement. Almost like, thank goodness they didn't get married at this point if this was all going to come out. But we have all the details. Before we jump in, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it looks like Lala Kent recently did her podcast, and normally it was Give Them Lala with Randall. Well, on her latest episode, she pretty much made it known that Randall is axed from the podcast, and she brought on a new co-host. After featuring a pre-recorded message of the two of them interviewing actor Jesse Metcalf, last week, the Vanderpump Rules cast member returned to her show on Wednesday, where she revealed a temporary new name for her podcast and discussed how she's coping with her split. She said, "Welcome to Give Them Lala with Jessica podcast today." Lala announced at the start of her November 3rd podcast, Give Them Lala with Randall. Obviously, Randall's name is Axe, which is still the show's listed name on Apple Podcasts. But even though he wasn't there, she said, "I'm still excited for today's podcast." Lala did say in her podcast that she didn't want to address the end of her engagement, her relationship with Randall Emmett, who has been accused of allegedly cheating in Nashville. She said, "I wasn't ready to do so publicly." Actually, her words were, "I obviously want to acknowledge that I'm sure everyone knows what is going on between Randall and myself and just in my personal life. There will be a time I feel comfortable enough to open up and share. Today is definitely not that day." Okay. She said, "It's been a lot. I'm going through a lot. And at this point in time, I just want to protect my child. She is my number one priority." Obviously, we know after they got engaged in September of 2018 that Lala and Randall welcomed their beautiful baby daughter, Ocean, welcomed her in March. And she's talking about why she doesn't want to share this on a public platform. She said, "I know I'm on reality TV. I know you guys have burning questions. I know that I need to answer these questions." But she's saying right now it's not about her. Her words were, "I know what I signed up for. I'm on a reality show, but in this moment, it's not about me. It's about my kid. And privacy is the only thing I'm looking for her sake." And with that being said, I'm putting my steps into play that we work on in AA, which is one day at a time. Sometimes it's 1 minute at a time. And that doesn't just apply to me while I'm drinking, which surprisingly, even with everything that's going on, I feel like I've never felt stronger in my sobriety. Now, Lala did just celebrate 3 years of her sobriety being sober, which is huge. I mean, I think that's amazing. The fact that she has overcome so much and so quickly. I feel like I remember when Lala was slinging back drinks and having shots and all over the place, especially because I got to see it in person, right? Being around the Vanderpump Rules cast. But I'm excited for her that she is celebrating 3 years of sobriety and that even though she's going through this difficult situation, she understands, I have my child. There are bigger things to worry about here. My focus doesn't need to be on me and relapsing. My focus needs to be on my health and my child's health. So I really applaud her for that. She said, "I told my sponsor, I was like, it's so weird because I feel strong in my sobriety as it is, but with everything that's going on, I don't know how that's the last thing on my mind." She said that she's calling her sponsor every single day. And when Lala's podcast host of the day, Jessica, proceeded to ask her how she's holding up, Lala said she feels not only strong, but hopeful. She said, "It's weird because I, for the first time, have no idea what my future holds. I don't know what each day is going to look like. And for a really long time, I've had a schedule where everything is planned out. And I'm kind of just letting the universe take control of my life and place me where I need to be. I'm praying often and I'm just putting it in God's hands." This is obviously a breakup. Now, we know this is a breakup. Again, I said this earlier, I would not wish this on my worst enemy. And I thought, watching Sheena and Brock on Watch What Happens Live last night, Sheena was asked about Randall and Lala's situation. So was Ariana Madix. And when they were, both of them declined to answer. They did not want to chime in on it. And Andy even asked her, are you relishing in this a little bit? Are you somewhat kind of happy that there's a little bit of hypocrisy here? She went so hard in on your relationship with Brock, but yet she has things going on that we didn't even expect. And she said, no. As a young mom, I see another young mom who has a brand new baby, and I wouldn't wish this on her. This is one of the reasons that I love Sheena, because I think that she has the ability to look past the reality TV of it all and just know, okay, this is an actual human being. This is a person. She has a kid and she's hurting. Even though we don't see that same respect given towards Sheena from Lala, Sheena did say on Watch What Happens Live last night that they're constantly in contact. They still communicate. They are really good friends and they're talking through it, and Lala is taking it day by day. We know that we've seen Lala out and about without her engagement ring. We've seen her apartment shopping. We've also seen her on her podcast without Randall. So of course, we're all going to speculate that they are no longer together. One of our good friends over here on our channel, Dana Wilkie, $25,000 sunglasses, actually grew up with Randall and said that she called him when all of this came out. I know I've shared this story, but in case you guys haven't caught it, she said that she called him and asked him, Randall, I'm going to talk about it. What happened? And he told her, listen, I didn't know the Vanderpump Rules fandom, that the cameras were going to catch me and that there would be fans out there taking photos. I didn't know. I was just going to a party. But that sounded really fishy because these two girls were following him across the street and then also into a hotel room. So what were you really doing? And then who knows what he was telling her on the phone? He could have been like, I was with the boys. No, there were no girls there. Who knows what he was actually telling her? And then when Dana revealed that he shared, yes, I booked Lala a suite at the Beverly Hills Hotel with two friends that were visiting from out of town, I was like, no fucking way. No, these two guys actually live together. They're not from out of town. They're definitely right there in West Hollywood. They're in the thick of all of the drama. That story doesn't make sense. So unless Dana Wilkie got that story wrong, which I don't think she would come on her channel and talk about it and give us the wrong information, then something is just not adding up. Well, we'll have to continue to wait and see how this plays out for Lala and Randall. We're sending them all the best. I want to know what your thoughts are. How do you think Lala is going to cope? Because I did a poll asking you guys, do you think Lala will take Randall back in order to make sure she's financially secure moving forward into the future? You guys, for the majority, said, yes, I think she'll go back to him because she knows where the money's at. But as of right now, it looks like she's sticking to what she believes, and she believes she should not be with Randall. So I think she's kind of proving some of us wrong. And it sounds like she's about to go independent, be single, a single mom, and see what that world looks like for her. I also don't think she'll have a problem finding another man. I think she's young, she's beautiful, she's already well-connected, she's been in these social circles, she knows enough people. I think at the end of the day, she will be fine. But this probably is a nice, thick, heaping piece of humble pie. Guys, go ahead and comment below. Answer all the questions to which I asked. And don't forget, if you haven't already, go ahead, smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. And don't forget to hit that notification bell because, well, you don't want to miss anything we have coming up. With that, we'll see you next time. Bye, guys.